welcome back, masters of the Nerdiverse podcast, where we always have such sights to show you. I'm, of course, master of the Nerdiverse, Mike G. And back with me, as always, is the Jedi Counselor himself, the man, the myth, the legend. We call him Wash. What's going on, good sir?
What is up? It is Friday night in the Nerdiverse. I believe I smell a Comic Con. Is that what I smell cooking? A Comic
Yep.
Con?
hmm Coming out the
Wow.
kitchen. Coming out the
I
kitchen.
mean, I am excited to be here in the Nerdiverse tonight as we've already had some big drops, some major news, some interesting tidbits. And I am sure that Mike G has lined up the lineup just right for us to discuss this. You got, how's my mic? Is my mic all right?
You're crispy, man. You know, your voice is coming in crispy. You're coming in extra crispy. Now your internet's completely gone, but that's okay. Now it's back. Say something. Say something. I'm giving up on you. Now you're gone. Oh, you're completely muted, my man. Mute town population, you bro. Mute town, party, oops, all the time. My bacon smelling fine. Nothing, dog. Nothing. Maybe, yeah, cl- clock in and clock back out. That's okay, Nerdiverse. Y'all know how it go on a Friday. Nizzle, we gonna hang in there and keep it 1 billion as Wash comes back to grace us with his presence. I'm in LA. It is hotter than fish grease. I'm sure it's hot everywhere else. And I'm just sweating like I done did something. You know what I mean? Like, and he has returned. Let's see if we got audio.
Yeah, dude. So like I
Yeah.
was we have audio, like I was talking, and then all of a sudden like my mic dropped. Like I'm like listening to air, and it's like what just happened? So news to
Well,
me, but we are back. So yeah, Friday night in the Nerdiverse. Comic Con.
Comic Con's going on right now. It's going on as we speak.
In
It's floating
LA,
around.
man. I mean, is there anything cool happening like near and anything going on, or is it just mellow as can be? I mean, San Diego, LA, you get a lot of travelers going back and forth. Just coming off the World Cup, it's probably hard to tell, to be honest with you.
Everybody's still hung over from the World Cup, bro. But
Mm.
I think those are two different crowds. You know what I mean? Maybe a little bit of cross contamination, but everybody over here, we all got that explosive diarrhea virus, Doug. So we're all in the house,
Oh
man. No lettuce.
no!
LA people like to eat healthy, and you tell us we can't eat lettuce. These cats are just like these these people are just like, you know what? If he dies, he dies, Doug. I need my
Charge the
salad.
hill, bro. Charge the
Yeah.
charge the hill. I got you. I'm gonna have my smoothie. In fact, I just saw today, literally this afternoon, they just added parsley and cilantro to that mix, and I
What?
was like,
You're,
"Oh,
I
that's
just
awful.
I guess I'm
It's
just having
awful."
explosive diarrhea, dog.
I
I could,
mean,
me and my Mexican squadron, Doug. You gonna tell us we're not gonna put cilantro and onion on our tacos, Doug? You
yeah.
crazy, bro? It just, I can stand to lose some pounds, bro. I'm good, man. You know, just the parasite
That's what I
diet
say
20.
about the flu. You know what I mean? This is not the one I want, nor is it the one I want around the house, especially these days. So that is a horse of a different color. That said, Mike G, are you stoked about tonight?
I'm very stoked about tonight. That is an excellent segue, Wash, into tonight's episode of Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast, which is Masters of the Nerdiverse, episode 172. So you have to use all caps. Doom. The shout outs, MF Doom. I got my MF Doom ring here, ready to rock and roll.
Ooh,
You know,
ooh, look at
uh,
that.
all Doom all the time, bro.
Fancy.
Hashtag, hashtag hard cuts. We got 6 topics. There's a lot more than 6 things that is happening right now. So some things aren't gonna make the docket tonight. But if something comes to mind, Watch, that you want to bring up, you know how we do. Just bring that be saying that be too.
Yeah, I do have one thing of interest that I just caught, but it actually is not Comic Con related, I don't think, unless it is. So we'll
Okay.
find out shortly.
Yeah, well, we gonna hold that. The first thing I'm gonna ask Wash is the thing I always ask Wash before every single episode of these 4 premier topics, which is the Wolverine story trailer, which was showed some things, DCKO mobile fighting game trailer, Dios mio, and Clayface official trailer. I know we have our thoughts on that, and last but not least, Avengers Doomsday, uh, your most anticipated film of 2026. So I have to ask you at the beginning of all things, which of these 4 topics are you more interested in talking about tonight?
As soon as I saw it, I knew it was going to be here, and I knew it was going to be my most anticipated thing to talk about, and that is Clayface.
Really
I
interesting.
I would like to discuss Clayface with you because I am interested in Mike G's thoughts on what we saw in regards to the new DC offering and where we are coming off recent news. So yeah,
Recent news.
I'm interested to get your 2 cents on it for sure.
Yeah, man, that's an interesting pull. That just tells me that kind of informs me on how you feel about the Doomsday trailer in a weird way. But you're interested in
Well,
what my thoughts are versus that. You know, it speaks louder than words.
when we get to Doomsday, I'll explain why it's not here. But I'm not taking anything away from Doomsday. But I was not expecting that Clayface trailer either, not the full one. In
Yeah,
fact, like kind of out
like
of
a
the
full
blue, in my
trailer,
opinion.
like
Yeah,
story and what's
I
going
guess
on.
October and Comic Con, so it all makes sense. That said, I haven't been really on the map. So also NFL training camp. I know it started. Yeah, we're making the fantasy football ready. All right, cheers. I'm done.
I've been waiting all day for Sunday night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro,
wings and beer, dog, and game day.
bro. Can't wait.
Soon, soon. But you know what also is soon? Something I have to ask you, Wash. Something I
Yes,
always
sir.
have to ask you, sir. The immortal question. How was your week?
There it is. You know what, man? It was a good week, another low media week due to whatever reasons they are. That said, we did take in some things, one being a huge surprise that I actually just turned on this afternoon and didn't even expect to finish watching. So I guess I'll
Hmm.
lead with it. Actually, I'm going to lead with this. I just noticed Mortal Kombat's on HBO.
It just came out like today. I have to
Did you
watch
see
it,
that?
bro.
All right. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, man. This been out a couple of days, or is this just dropping today? So yeah, I was kind of stoked to see that. Think I'll probably line up and watch that this weekend because,
Hmm, hmm.
I wanted to support it in the theater. I will certainly support it on streaming. That said, the thing that I kind of just turned on because I was sitting down for a hot second, and I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I get the title right.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Okay.
Were you a Big Bang Theory fan?
Yes and no. I liked the first few seasons and I kind of fell off toward the end.
Correct. So I enjoyed the first few seasons. Thought it was a great show. But Stewart failed
Ah, yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
save the universe, right? So I've been seeing trailers for this spinoff. My normal thing. And to be fair, there's a bunch of reboots and like Scrubs. I literally gave like the first joke, and I was like, nope, we're done with you. You are not going to be good. So, when I saw the spinoff, I was like, I don't know what this is, but it's kind of weird. So I'm assuming they
Hmm.
know what they're doing. So anyway, I turned it on this afternoon, and you know what? It wasn't terrible. It
Okay.
really was. I even got through the whole thing in 15 minutes in. I'm like, I am really surprised I'm still watching this right now. And what I'll tell you is, if they continue to do it, is essentially they made a sitcom of Sliders based around,
Oh, I love
that
sliders.
universe. I love Sliders, right?
Yeah.
Everybody loves Sliders. So,
Sliders rules,
uh,
dude.
f- from just to let everybody know, not to spoil it or anything, but they're hopping through universes, looking for, I guess, home is going to be the essential gimmick, unless they solve it in season two and completely flip its tail. But I will tell you this: I will watch another episode. I found it that it wasn't that, and pilots are often terrible. First
Yeah.
episodes are often terrible. I generally just skip to the second because that's when it actually becomes the show. The first one is really for the producers, like the executives. It's like, "Oh, this is what we're
Sell
doing."
the
It's very,
idea kind of
yes,
thing.
it's very formulaic. So I'm looking forward to the second episode. But yeah, man, I thought that show was going to be an absolute complete fail. And after I see what it is, they started out in like a post-apocalyptic Fallout, like Big Bang universe world. The jokes didn't necessarily hit, but the idea isn't terrible, and
Okay.
thus I will watch a second episode of it. So, shout out to Stewart fails to save the universe. I don't know how it's doing, but hell, I it's 23 minutes. Like, I've
Don't you
seen
love when
worse.
you're surprised by things like that, where you're just like, you know what? All right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's pretty good.
Mhm. The second thing I managed to do, and actually I could have chewed through the whole thing, but I decided that I need to save a little awesome for some days. And so I watched the first two episodes of X-Men, and
Okay. Okay.
holy crap.
Okay.
Freaking awesome, man. Freaking awesome. When X Factor, I nearly peed my pants. Like, I
Right?
literally nearly peed my pants, and I was like, "What is it that I'm watching right now? This freaking amazing,
Dude, when they do the new
amazing,
intro and it's the X Force intro, like the X-Men 90s intro, it's goaded, bro. It's too good.
so good." So, how many are we on, episode 5 or
Like
4?
5 or 6. I think
6?
6.
Okay, okay. So
Yeah.
I am a little bit back, but I will say that I was a little bit concerned for the season just from the trailer, and no, I was sucked in right away.
Yeah.
Um, I, I
Yeah.
don't want to, like like the first
You
one. I
just
think I gave a 10 to, and this might be like already headed that
what
way. Oh, when Jubilee had her moment, I was freaking out. Like,
yeah,
90s
Jubilee's too
Brian
real.
was just like, bro,
Yeah, let's
this
go.
is great.
Yeah.
This is
Jubilee's too
great.
real. Yeah.
So, no, absolute fantastic time with the first two episodes. I could have just chewed through it, but I was like, no, I'm gonna save it and, savor this, because I thought about what you said. There being no more after this, really, when you think about,
You gotta
just the
savor it.
conceptual brilliant, save the good stuff,
Unless
especially when I thought about watching Superman, but I couldn't bring myself to watch Superman. And apparently, I guess at Comic Con, they dropped the season 3 trailer. I guess I didn't even think season
season
2
3
was done.
season no, they dropped a trailer for season 3?
That's it's a behind the
How?
scenes type of thing, dude. That happened
Wow.
I just
We're talking
read it
about
in
My
a
Adventures
New.
of Superman,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So,
Really? Interesting.
apparently they believe in it. So, yeah, I couldn't bring myself to watch My Adventures with Superman. I will go get back to it, but just wasn't on the docket this week, and I still need to get my Prime back so that I can watch freaking Batman. Because holy
That's
hell,
coming.
that was really good,
Yeah.
really good. Michael, let me ask you, sir,
Yes.
how was your week?
My week was good. I can piggyback off X-Men 97 to start things off. Remains great. It remains great. It remains great. It remains great. The last episode. This series has a very good way of really putting the spotlight on characters that don't really get to shine. Like every episode, there's at least one character that's like, "Yo, get talk your ish, yo, talk your ish." This character is real, and it's not the big ones. Like it's almost like they had to do it with like season one, episode one was like, "You guys have been playing with Cyclops for way too long. We're going to show you why Cyclops is him." And then another season, y'all may have forgot, but Storm is
Right.
capital B. She's that
Right.
she's that one. And every time it happens, you just like, man, I love this. This is why I do it. This is why I watch this stuff. It's such you're just 10 years old all over again. You just
They
shrink
do it
down
so well. It is I mean, Mike, we live in a world of remakes, quite literally. I don't know how many things have been remade in the last 18 months, but let's just say a lot,
a
right?
lot.
Like when you talk
Continue to
about
be remade. you know.
fantastic remakes across all mediums, gaming, movies, whatever the case may be. X-Men rises to the top very quickly of that list. And that is, it's a big list. You got things like Final Fantasy on that list that are like, "Oh, man, this is great." So, yeah, X-Men remake, it makes me pause when someone says, "Yeah, we're gonna do a continuation." It's like, is it gonna be this good? Because that would be cool.
Two
Alias season 6.
Alien season
Eh,
6. We don't talk about Hero season 2.
No,
Oh, because
no.
that's just horrible. Toots is here. Hey, what's going on, Toots? She asked the question, can't get into a 97. I don't know why. What am I missing? You're missing a lot. X-Men 97 is super goated. It's explain yourself, right? Um, it's it's good writing, it's good pacing, it's good action. Even the animation in season two, I kind of grew on, even though it's like a slight hair different.
A little different.
But they're putting the focus on episodes that need the focus, like the season one. I mean, like episode three is something that's absolutely beautiful. There's impact frames and anime stuff going on in that episode. That's just absolutely great. Um, a lot of the voices are back, and I don't know what it is, but Wolverine's voice sounds closer to the '90s version this season than it did last season. I don't know if they're doing some kind of AI modulation or they're mixing him a little bit different, but he doesn't sound so old. You know what I mean?
Uh,
Because you could really hear the age in his voice a lot, which just honestly makes for a better Wolverine if we're being completely honest. But it just sounds closer to the '90s stuff. Um, the cameos are so good. You know what I mean? It's talking to anyone who was in the '90s watching those cartoons, and it just
and and
yeah,
and I
yeah.
think that's where it hits, is that it fills that 97 hole like so well, so perfectly. It's like it just never stopped, and we just have a better version of it. It looks better just with like vibrancy. But the
And
storytelling, I mean, we're about to talk about Avengers Doomsday right now, and
yep,
I can tell you that
this
like
writing's gonna be
X-Men
better
story,
than that writing.
like like I
I can promise you. And I love this shit. I can
and we're
promise
not
you.
talking about a huge difference. We're talking about 3-hour movie versus yeah, 8 episodes, 4 hours worth of storytelling. So there is a tightness about 97 that I find refreshing. And again, it's animation, so you can do more there, in my opinion. But they're not rehashing the same old, and it's great. It's
It makes it
great.
feel
It's
fresh.
freaking great.
It makes it feel something from 1960, whatever, feels fresh. These characters feel fresh. It's almost like we missed them, right? Marvel kept the X-Men in the booby box for 20 years because of the Fox crap. And people forgot the X-Men ruled the world in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? And now we're
Without a doubt.
back. And we're right back
Without a
there.
doubt.
And we're right back there. Tokon Marvel is half X-Men characters. We're right back where we were in the 90s.
And this is a question I did have for you, so I'm glad Lady Odin was able to bring it up. Is like, what type of correlation what do they want us, the audience, to know, putting these things on top of each other so quickly, like X-Men 97 with Avengers, the introduction of mutants. Let's take
Hey,
Star Wars, Spider-Man, Brand New Day. What is the overall branch? Are there overall branches? Are we thinking too much
always.
into that?
No, there's
Or, you
always.
know,
It's Disney. Everything is marketing. Everything is 3 steps ahead. You know what I mean? So they're preparing you for the new normal. And guess what? The Avengers are out. The X-Men are in, dude. All the old Avengers have aged out. We're just trying to shuffle them along. You know what I mean? And now it's I've been talking about this for years now. It's like, just
yes, you
wait.
have.
Wait until the X-Men get here. And once they get here, it's kind of over. Because, you know, live action, the sky's the limit. You can have a whole phase just on the Magneto.
Oh,
You
well,
can have a whole
well,
phase on Apocalypse. You can have a whole phase on the Phoenix. And that's 30 years right there.
well, I was gonna say, yeah, they have another 20-year plan. I was really surprised that he
Yeah.
mentioned anything like that, but okay.
X-Men, I foresee Marvel owning Spider-Man by 2030. Like they're just gonna buy him from Fox. I think they're gonna get Spidey back for real, for real. That's my bucket head. Mind you, Fox is not gonna sell Spider-Man. So Disney's gonna buy Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, gotcha.
they're gonna grab them by the neck like this and show them the Scrooge McDuck money pit and force them to drink from the teat. Dog.
I'm
These
gonna
motherfuckers
make
are
you an
good.
offer you can't
Can't
refuse.
refuse.
Shout out to the Godfather.
Shout
Yeah,
out, shout out.
Mike
But
needs
but
to watch that this Thanksgiving.
I
But
need to
go
watch
on.
it this Thanksgiving. Speaking of things watching, I can move. That's a good segue from what I've watched and digested this week. I finally watched Project Hail Mary. If I actually watched that,
Oh, what's it on?
it's
Prime?
on Amazon Prime. It's free on Amazon Prime. Doesn't Disney own Fox? And so facto own Spidey? No, Sony owns Spidey. Toots. Sony Entertainment owns Spidey, which is the tricky part. The only characters that Marvel don't own is Spider-Man and all things affiliated. The Hulk is owned by Universal, which is why you don't see the Hulk in a lot of things. He can't get his own solo movie. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And certain other characters like Namor, like little throwaways here and there. But yeah, that's the problem. Is with Disney is like, we'll pay you $1 trillion for Spider-Man, and Sony's just like, yeah, we're just not gonna. We don't want. We're not selling. I know you want to buy, but we're not selling. And I think that's
Not
going to get to a
yet.
tipping. That's going to get to a point where Disney's going to stop asking. You know what I mean? You know, what I mean? Like you said, the offer you can't refuse.
Correct.
But yeah, Hail Mary, Project Hail Mary. This is one of
Yeah.
those where it was so popular. I refused to see it. You know what I mean? Like everyone wouldn't shut up about the movie. Watch it in IMAX. It came out 2-3 times. You know, in the theaters. It was this huge kind of movie renaissance. We're back in the theaters. You know what I mean?
I'm with
And
you. I need a
yeah,
fan. I'm
yeah, I
dying.
gotta trust me. I got a fan going right now. I literally have another fan right here that's not on for the sake of sound. Like I have a
I
fan
was
literally right here. I want to turn on, but I can't. But it'll wreck my sound, so I just can't
I'm
do it.
trying to listen to you, and I'm like, I can't breathe right now. Like there
I,
is no
my
air.
your eyes breathe like in Men in Black. Your eyes do the blink. I was out of breath. You know. Uh,
Damn.
Speaking of aliens, yeah, I kind of regret not seeing this in the theater. It's one of
Ooh.
those. I kind of regret, like, if this
Ooh.
was to say, hey, Gardena Cinema is going to be playing, Project Hail Mary on the big screen, I'd probably go see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those where it's just like, watching. It's like, remember that feeling you had when you saw the Star Destroyers cruise in from
Yeah.
above you like this, and you're just kind of like, oh wow, it kind of has that level of scope. The science is science fiction is science fictioning. Also, Ryan Gosling, though, well, yeah, he's a dreamboat, dog. I'm trying to get him in Marvel somewhere. I hear he wants to be Ghost Rider, which I don't think is a good fit for him. But it's a skull. It's a fiery skull face. I don't care. Let him do what he wants, man.
I don't know, man. I'm more of a Jake Gyllenhaal guy,
I'm more of
frankly.
honestly, I'm more of a Keanu. I love Keanu as Ghost Rider, but
Mm.
but anywho, Uh, I love speaking of Ryan Gosling, I love his character in that movie because he's not the titular I don't want to close my eyes. You know what I mean? He's not like Bruce Willis where he just can do anything. He's kind of an idiot and he's kind of like put in a situation and he just has to kind of figure it out or the earth is just going to die. It's just Project Hail
Oh,
Mary. Yeah, it's one of those.
okay.
Stakes. Big stakes.
Steaks.
Stakes. Yeah, hey,
I'm
guess what? It's
here.
all on. Hey, guess what? It's all on you. No pressure. Well, I don't want it to be all on me. But we're gonna make you an offer you can't refuse, and that's pretty much the movie. And I'm not gonna spoil anything because I think this is truly one of those feel good. The family can watch it, fun,
Ah, fantastic.
and
I'm
what the
glad to
thing.
hear all of that because
It's
I really, honestly, I never even saw a trailer. All I heard, all was the hype, and it's like I don't even know what this movie is. I just know it's sci-fi and has Ryan Gosling, and I figured Ryan Gosling was the hype. I was just like, oh, all
yeah.
right, well,
I
Ryan Gosling in space, you know what I mean? But
I didn't get it
I'm glad to
because
hear this.
there was like a Lego set of the ship of the Hail
Damn,
Mary that sold out in 2 seconds. Like
damn.
people were in love with this movie at some point, and I was just like, I refuse. It's like Hamilton. I'm not going to watch it because it's too popular. I don't care how good it is. I'm not going to be part of the zeitgeist. Screw you guys. And then one day I was just like, I'm eating my Chinese food. I'm like, it's on, dude. I'll put it. If it's free, bro, I'll put it on. And yeah, I'm not no spoilers, but writing, sharp, smart writing does so
uh,
much for anything. It's writing is so broken, dude.
it just went on the list. I put it on the list to watch, so that's what I was just doing there. Good rec. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I would highly recommend Project Hail Mary. It's worth your time. It's fun. It's funny. It's stakes. It's harrowing. It's just you feel great watching it. I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go outside. You know, I'm just gonna go do something. I'm gonna do a small change. You know what I mean?
And
Maybe he.
was that
Oh,
was that early? That was like January or February, wasn't it?
hmm
Like a release date on that this year. So that's an early movie, and people talk about it as best of the year. So interesting. Go on.
Touche just broke my brain for a second. Shit, I hate when she does that. Broke my brain for a second. Maybe he can play Sentry or the Flash. And in my brain, I just think of like Barry Allen, but blonde Barry Allen from the comics, like Flash Rebirth Barry Allen. Yeah, yeah, I kind of want that now. But yeah, and he has the
And don't we
personality
have a
for it.
century already?
Yeah, that guy sucks. Get him up out of here. That guy's garbage. Nah, he can go. He can go. Nah, I don't like that guy. I don't like the cut of his jib. He's like
All
he's like he's like
right.
he's like 4'10". Motherfucker's like 100 pounds soaking wet, but he's supposed to be the sentry, the most, you know what I'm saying? Like, F that
It
guy,
was
dude.
a
Get him out.
weird casting, I thought, in
Yeah,
my
it's like,
opinion, for the
bro,
character, but it's like someone looked at a photo of the Marvel Snap guy and they're like, yeah, this guy looks like that.
close
We're
enough.
gonna do that.
Close enough.
And they were like
Fuck.
done. And I'm going, all right.
What? This guy looks like Opie from freaking the Andy Griffith show. We're gonna make him be like this Fabio-esque god character. Get out my face, man.
Yeah, man.
Nepotism. What else did I do with my week? I mentioned 97. I mentioned Project Hail Mary. I think the last thing I watched He-Man again because that's now
Ooh,
on Amazon Prime, so that remains goaded. The
that's
movie
also in
remains
Prime.
hilarious.
Prime's got
Also,
everything, huh?
Prime's cracking right now. Mortal Kombat 2 is tonight. We'll watch that shit tonight. Pardon my French. Video games, still playing Crimson Desert because what else is there to do in the moment?
God bless. I wish I could play. You're not playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag. You did not. What's the cost on
No,
this thing?
I think it's like
No?
$60,
It
man, or
came
something
out
like
at
that.
60.
I'm not paying
Damn.
for
It
that.
look
I just
it looks
it
beautiful.
looks
It looks
beautiful, but
beautiful.
I've already beat the game, Doug. It's like
Oh, all right.
what like what more can you show me? I really had to have a come to Jesus moment with that because I was like the first one like this is tight, this is a great idea, and then I'm like $60 though for a game I've already beaten. Like I don't know, no new
Seems a
thrills.
little
Little,
seems a little steep, but it looks beautiful. So, I guess I get it, but I would have preferred like 30.
and I'm kind of in a very F the video games industry and as a whole mood right now. so I don't want to put any money into this industry as of right now because they all can kiss my ass kind of. So yeah, until things change, until morale improves, yeah, I'm gonna keep my
But
money
we're
in my pocket.
popping bottles,
1,000 years
baby, like a
champagne
whole
popping,
new
baby.
generation, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
no disc.
Advertisements.
Buddy. Capitalism. Nah, man.
Yeah, bro.
We need to talk. Ready
Literally
to,
eating itself. But
literally a
yes, I am ready to
Ouroboros.
talk.
Ready to talk
Yes.
about more capitalism as we talk
Yes,
about these
we
films.
are. Let's go.
Capitalism. Let's
Let's
go for the
go.
win. Yeah, mate. Aren't we entitled to the sweat of our own brow, bro?
Yeah.
No, aren't we entitled,
Yeah.
bro? Speaking of things that is gonna get sweaty, dog. This is news just for me. Clear out. This is news just for Mike G. And I got things to talk about. So apparently, my favorite thing in the damn universe, RoboCop chilling back there looking like a boss, is getting an 8 episode Prime Video series, TV series reboot, helmed by James Wan of scary movies, Aquaman. Guy can ball when he feels like balling. And I have no expectations for this, bro. um, Wash, you know how I feel about. I don't want to filibuster this particular topic. So please talk first. When you think of a RoboCop series, what are your thoughts?
I was like, "What in the holy hell is this?" And then you said James Wan, and it's also Blumhouse Production and James Wan Studio are making this. So there is a specific story that I imagine that they're looking to tell. And if we are about to get some sort of horror nightmare version of RoboCop, I am here for that kind of gritty Detroit world, almost like almost I think of
Like Judge
Blade Runner,
Dredd.
like it early yeah, just gritty. So I'm kind of look, I'm I'm cautiously optimistic that this is going to be awesome, and I'm assuming I'm just assuming they have a specific story to tell because
I
it's like
hope.
it's RoboCop. Even when you read it, it said, yeah, the same old RoboCop. So it's like, all right, what are we doing with RoboCop? What RoboCop wins, right? We know this. So why are we showing up? You did not get James Wan and Blumhouse just to make RoboCop wins. You got that to make RoboCop's gets his ass handed to him, goes to the brink, and somehow manages to come back by like the skin of his teeth with a closet door. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm interested. We'll see what the casting looks like.
RoboCop's existential crisis. You know what I mean? Like inside the mind of Robo. I have one fear when it comes to this thing. One big fear is that RoboCop 1, which is honestly one of the best movies of all time, and has yet to be duplicated in this. Now, this screenshot is from RoboCop Prime Directive. It's one of the video games, one of the latest RoboCop games. I never played it. I never really had a chance to play it.
I
Didn't
watched
really
a
look like
ton of
my thing.
streams. It
Didn't really
didn't
look
they
that didn't look that great.
didn't hit for me. But I
Like
heard it did get good reviews. Like it was
yeah.
a popular game for what it was, but I watched a couple of different streams of it and I'm just like, man, I'm not
Not
getting
I wasn't
into it.
vibing with like first person RoboCop is not something I kind of want. I want to see Robo. I want different armors. Anywho, um, Paul Verhoeven, who originally created the idea of RoboCop the Christ analogy, um, really big on social commentary, right? RoboCop was a reflection, a dark reflection of capitalism, of just government, BS and all that good stuff. Are we allowed to talk about that anymore as a country, as a culture? Because I think what about RoboCop makes that movie so interesting is that it's so raw. Bitches leave. Like it's really raw, dude. Like motherfuckers' heads getting exploded.
Yeah.
and people doing cocaine and all types of crazy stuff, right? I need that same intensity here. But I can't think of the last thing I've seen with my two eyes in the last 20 years that matches RoboCop's intensity that was actually good.
I mean, I didn't see it, but The Wolf of Wall Street won like an Oscar, I guess, and
Yeah,
that was a pretty,
that's pretty
I'm
intense, dog. Yeah,
a
you're
pretty
right.
intense of a sales environment movie,
I
So
I just hope
just
they at
throwing
least
that out there.
consulted Verhoeven, like knock on Pop's grandpa's door. Hey, this is our script. Check it out. Let us know what you think. You know what I'm saying? At least
And
consult the man.
and I guess this is kind of my point. We'll talk about it with Clayface as well, but why now and with who? There has to be some reason
Big
why. And I
reason.
certainly hopefully we get a trailer, but this is something that I see as a one-off. I don't see multiple seasons of like, oh, we're making RoboCop. This to me strikes me as like, oh no, we have this badass 8 episode arc of RoboCop we're going to tell you, and that is going to be that. Because how do you just keep a RoboCop story going? Like again,
Uh,
RoboCop versus 100 RoboCops.
but what happens if it makes money?
Well, it
Then it
probably
won't
will
even
make
matter.
money, but that
What if it
doesn't
makes for real
necessarily.
money, like
Well,
invincible money?
then you get 100 RoboCops versus RoboCop.
And then
But
you get RoboCop
I,
versus Terminator type thing going on.
ultimately, I don't think that that would be produced by Blumhouse and James Wan. I think at that stage, they'd probably be like, "No, we got
We're out. We're
other
out. We're out.
things to do. We don't do
Yeah,
syndication, bro." You know,
it has to be some hell of a script for out RoboCop of all things. And mind you, the most recent RoboCop thing we got was the remake, and that bombed, dude.
I,
We don't talk
I
about
mean,
that.
had
So it
they
had to be
not said
some.
James Wan and Blumhouse, I'd be worried right now. Amazon, I got it. Fallout, great, whatever. I'd still be worried. But you said some good words. Okay.
It's got to be some hell of a script, right? Like, all right, Amazon, this is what we're talking about. RoboCop is going to RoboCop. Okay, this looks great. 8 episodes. Who do you get to play this guy?
Uh, Good question.
You know
Very
what I'm
good
saying?
question.
Who's going to be
Very good
Alex
question.
Murphy? Is this even Alex Murphy? What if it's like
Could
a?
RoboCop go international?
I wouldn't mind seeing like a Norwegian RoboCop. Like
I mean,
I don't know. Like Detroit is so much of a character in that movie. Like you know where my brain immediately went? Like Sao Paulo, like
yeah,
Brazil, like
yeah.
just the most dangerous cities in the world that need a RoboCop. You know what I mean? Because
I,
like
and
why
they still
not?
do the buddy cop thing, but they're just in a different locale, bigger stakes. RoboCop
Yeah,
versus the cartel per se.
yeah.
Versus a
You
20
know,
person army, 40-person army.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind a Mexican RoboCop just trying to deal with the cartels. Dog. That'd be crazy, dude.
But James Wan and Blumhouse, it kind of lends horror, right?
I don't. You can
Right?
have body horror with action. Juan did Aquaman 1, which wasn't bad to
I
me.
I
You,
know.
it was okay. And he also did The Conjuring. So what I say is the man can film an action scene. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And RoboCop is body horror. The guy's literally a face. His face is. You know what I learned about RoboCop is that the skin on his face is stretched over a metal head, so it's not even his skeleton. It's just a metal face. And they took his face off, like a Nick Cage style, and just put it over the metal like a fucking Cenobite, dude. Like I learned that like the other day. Like I was reading a book about the anatomy of RoboCop, and I was like, Jesus,
Do we have to see like RoboCop become RoboCop in
yes,
this? Do
a
we
thousand percent,
and
yeah,
let me ask you, because essentially then you're putting up that whatever that scene is against one of the great action scenes of all
I
time in
mean,
film. And so do you want to do that to yourself because it's instantly comparable, and thus it makes me wonder, or do we just get RoboCop?
man, I mean, comparisons to Thief of Joy, right? they're not going to do it one for one. You know, I know you're hype, but sounds boring, boring as hell. I mean, it's If either you like it or you love it, it's RoboCop, dude.
Right?
RoboCop is very
RoboCop.
niche. You know what I mean? And I want to see RoboCop hanging from a helicopter, falling off and doing like a Metal Gear Solid dive into like a tank or something crazy. With technology now, RoboCop can do anything, dude. Have a booking down the street. He doesn't have to be a tank, dude. The
RoboCop
possibilities
and
are
Tom
endless.
Cruise, Mission Impossible 10.
Robo, like, just put Robo. Remember we were watching what was that code name Alexa? I was like, this shit just looks just like
Yeah,
the intro to a RoboCop movie. You know what I mean? Have RoboCop solve the problem, dude.
it was. It was.
That's what I'm saying. I
Go
was like, I
watch
was
Random
just
Select.
go watch random. It's coming back, baby. It's coming back. It's coming back. It's coming back. Speaking of things that are random as hell, uh, this pissed me all the way off. So okay, DC announces new tag fighting game. Good. It's based off the TKO comic book series. Very, very good. It's a mobile game. Very, very bad. Wash. We've talked about it before. NetherRealm slash Warner Brothers don't make bad mobile games. They make pretty solid mobile games. That being said, this is a fighting game that requires inputs in one frame links in specific timing, and just requires more than a mobile phone game I think could provide. This When you see DCKO, are you in are you w- do you want to download this? I guess is my
Uh,
question.
no, and as I've said plenty of times this year, been experimenting with the mobile apps this year, been playing a bunch of them, still playing
Yeah.
Stellaris Galaxy, even though we just got transferred to a new galaxy and I have no money, and thus it's kind of like real life.
I had
And
to
it
uninstall that game. I had to
damn, man,
uninstall
it's
that
just
game, dude.
why'd you want to install it, man? There's a lot
Because I
going
had
on
no
in
money.
that
I
game.
had no money, dog.
They had no
It
money. It's hard to
it
keep a
pissed me off,
population
dog.
going, bro. Like it's hard to keep
I
it
could be
going.
broke in real life, dog. I don't want to be broke in this shit too.
That's very much what it feels like. That
Yeah,
said,
man.
I do not, and I've experimented with it, and I told you that Mortal Kombat Netherworld Mortal Kombat game wasn't bad. But would I prefer to play a fighting game on a mobile app? The answer is
No.
always going to be no, right? It's
It's
always going to be no. I would much prefer to have that experience on an actual arcade, friggin'
like an arcade cabinet, dude. You
a
know.
cabinet, thank you, or with a controller in my hand or a stick in my hand. So, it I did not watch this trailer. I actually missed the trailer, but um, you know, I looked at DC games, and there are a ton of DC fighting games, man. That
Hmm.
and most of them are just crap. You just look at them, you're like, so did
Mm.
AI code spin this thing up and they just put it out and make money? I don't know.
I
It's
don't. I hope.
possible,
Yeah.
but I hope that no serious resources are being taken away
I
from
hope nobody actually
things
had to
like,
work on this thing.
dude,
Like Mortal Kombat
what are we doing? When
13.
was the last time you downloaded a fighting game, Mike?
Oh, that breaks my heart. Don't ask me that question, man.
So long ass
Uh,
time, right?
the last fighting game I bought was what, Mortal Kombat 1? Well, not Mortal Kombat 1, but Mortal Kombat
Yeah,
12, Mortal Kombat 1.
yeah,
I'm going to get Tokon
yeah.
Marvel, because that's just Marvel fighting, but I guess I have a counter question for you.
Hmm.
This is called DCKO, and this is a mobile game, and that's sad. Can they double back and make this a real boy and say, you know what, guys? Here's DCKO for real. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Switch 2. This is the real deal. Can they do that? Or is this whole IP just tainted now?
I can answer your question, Mike. Featuring characters from DC Comics, this title is a 2v2 tag fighter with collectible and RPG elements where players can level up their fighters, unlock new stats, and boost their abilities by spending in game currency.
No. It's
I
that
think
it's that
I think
last
that about
sentence.
sums it right up.
It's that last sentence. It's that in-game currency. This thing is
Yeah,
gonna
bro.
last forever or die tonight, Doug. This, you know what I'm saying? You know how these things go.
And
But
it costs them nothing once it's out. You know, they never even have to upgrade it. So it's like, well, whoever just spends money on it, they just spend money on it. It's just like free pocket. It's like a slot machine that just rings up,
but
a couple hundred bones.
DCKO is such a good idea, though. It's like, did you
It
read?
is.
Did you ever hear anything about that comic where it was like this intergalactic, like multiversal fighting tournament where it was like Batman versus
Yes.
Absolute Batman, Sub
Yes.
Zero versus Joker, like crazy stuff like that.
Yes.
Annabelle versus like Harley Quinn. It was
And
like
you know that's right up my
beautiful
alley.
idea. Beautiful idea, right? Homelander versus Superman was a fight in that damn thing. And it's like,
Yeah.
just make it a real boy. Just you want a Marvel versus Capcom, but for DC, just do that. And throw all make DC make a multiverses again, but just make it a real fighting game.
And it costs the same, right?
It
Like
costs absolutely the same.
this is like it costs the
You,
same.
the most expensive part about this is the licenses. And guess what? You're Warner Brothers. You already own these damn things. Just put it out. But when it being a mobile game, it having in-game currency, it being a leveler, it's all they're twisting all the buttons,
Yeah.
all the games as free to play, bullshit. Money, 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 money. And it's just like, oh, that's an how unfortunate. You know what I'm saying?
Where is Injustice 3?
Where's where's Injustice 3? Where is Mortal Kombat versus the DC Universe 2? You know what I'm saying? They're like at your mom's house. You're like, God damn.
Yeah, I mean
Actually,
apparently.
it's at your mom's house, apparently. Dang, cold game. Speaking of things that are cold, bro, it's time to talk about it. It's
Ooh,
time to talk about
it's in the
the
middle. It's not at the end. What's at the end?
no, no.
Damn,
I wanted
didn't
I
even
wanted to
make
throw
the
things off.
end.
I just wanted to throw things off a little bit because this is the topic of discussion. Avengers Doomsday trailer rolled out and showed us a lot and it showed us everything and showed us nothing at the exact same time. Wash, this was your most anticipated film of 2026. After watching this trailer, real trailer, because we saw the nonsense they did before, what are
Yeah.
your feelings? What are your thoughts? Are you still as excited?
Um, I am. I feel like I might have seen this movie before. That's kind of how I feel. And it started when something's coming, and it's like
Something's coming
didn't we do this before? I mean,
in a
did,
world.
didn't we just do this in Fantastic Four? You know what I mean? Like, didn't
There's
we just
something on the
do this? So,
way.
um, so that was kind of a bummer. I will say, some of my favorite shots, obviously, because I'm a Namer fan and I actually like the sub Namer. I wish we could get more out of that, but due to him and things, it's a rough go. I get it. That said, I did like that we may get ourselves like a Wakanda Namer like battle action scene. That's something I'm kind of stoked about. Doom, fine.
Here,
Fine.
here,
Like,
here.
I don't know. I don't know how I felt. I didn't hate it. There were moments that were good. Because I watched it 3 times.
Yeah,
I watched it 3 times. The first time I was stoked. The second time I was like, oh, I was stoked, but that was just because I was stoked. Like I watched it the second time and the third time, I'm just like, I mean, all right.
okay, okay.
Civil War plus Infinity War with Doom maybe, and then Captain America coming in. And I guess the biggest problem I have, and I'm gonna turn this over to you, I thought these characters are gone. I get like,
Hey, no one's ever really gone. Sounds like you had an intruder.
I have no idea why the dog is barking. So,
it
um, yeah,
knows you're afraid.
I have no idea. So I'm just paying attention. All right.
It's giving us
Um,
it's giving us its 2 cents about the Doomsday trailer, dude.
So, yes, that is my take on Doomsday. And it wasn't a bad trailer. It was okay. It was okay. Is this still my most anticipated movie of the year? Yes. Am I interested in what's going to happen? Yes. Does it look like something I've seen before? Yes. Your thoughts, Mike?
Thank you, sir. Toots said, I looked at this trailer and had so many questions. I know, Toots, because me and you have been talking and working through it at Encyclopedia Browning this all week. I've been helping Toots understand the flow of what's actually going on.
Oh, just go watch the 47 or 50 properties before it. That's fine. And 3 seasons of Loki. Get it done in a weekend.
She said, I watched Loki season 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine to try to get a handle on things. Yeah, yeah. You guess what? There's a lot of required reading and no required reading, which is the worst feeling in the world. Because you know where it splits? It's like Doom. You don't have to, there is no precedent for Doom in the MCU, so you don't have to know anything about this guy. If they do the job right, he should be pretty self-explanatory by the end of the film. The only problem is that they filled it with 40 years of movie characters that if you don't know, you don't know, and you're just kind of they expect you to understand. You know what I'm saying? It's it's a soap opera, right? It's pretty much
Yeah,
just a soap opera. And if you haven't been watching One Life to Live since the 70s, there's certain things you're just not gonna catch. You know?
we are live here on the M Nerdiverse, so go on. New
Yeah,
responsibilities, new day. Pardon
new
me.
day. I got you. Uh, so I'm very torn with all this, and Toots knows that. I enjoyed the trailer. I enjoyed seeing some old favorites. It just feels like you said, like I'm trying to understand what's the difference between watching the Infinity War trailer and watching this trailer, because my vibes are different. And it's like, like we got to see like the Ebony Maws and the Black Order, and it's just different, fresh things. But you also got to see Spider-Man hang out with Captain America and Iron Man, and it was cool. We got to see the
It
Guardians.
was so much cooler though than what I'm watching now,
But
which
why?
feels a little
What?
forced. Mainly, you want to know why it feels forced, and I'm just gonna be real about it. Ant-Man. I liked Ant-Man. Did you like Ant-Man, Mike?
I like that, man.
All right, fair enough. A lot of folks not a big Ant-Man fan.
Fine,
Black Widow. Do you like Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow, or do you
not
like
real.
this
I'm
Black
more.
Widow better?
I I've always been not been a big fan of Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow, only because she didn't bother to get a Russian accent. That's just the most smallest nitpick, and I don't even say it out loud. You know what I mean? It's the smallest nitpick in the world. But I kind of wanted, like, one thing about this trailer that I really enjoyed is that at least Robert Downey tried to do an accent, right? Like, it's so easy for him just to talk into a microphone and be, "I am Doctor Doom." No, Doctor Doom's from the fictional country of Latveria, and he talks with a kind of like Romansky, Middle Eastern, not mid, like East
Eastern European.
Eastern European accent. Thank you, and that should be honored. It adds to his gravitas, right? Um, so these small little things, and Toots talked about it on her show. It's like we get so hung up on these small little things and don't really appreciate what's actually happening. And I think it's because we've had 20 or 30 years to appreciate what's happening, right? I think the spectacle is I think the spectacle has left us. You know what I mean? We're not seeing anything brand new,
I
and
mean, I
we're kind of
disagree. You
tired
just
at this
saw
point.
you just saw Project Hail Mary and you think it's fantastic. No, it goes back you X-Men 97. Again, this is why I'm asking, like, are these on top of each other? Because the impact, it would be so much cooler if, however, X-Men 97 wraps up, let's say it introduces Doctor Doom somehow, whatever, just throwing
Mhm.
it out there. And it starts to make sense because in our context, like you're saying, like, okay, we have Doom. Doom's here now.
Yeah, all day doom, 1,000 years
There's
doom, right?
And now we were supposed to care. There was no build up. There was no drop. There was no anticipation to the gravitas of the character. Thus, making this trailer and his appearance kind of like, if you're Lady Odin,
You know what? That is the biggest argument in the nerdiverse right now. Is we don't know who this character is. There was no lead up. There was no gravitas. Why should I care? Right? And you can be really annoying with that argument and be like, yeah, this is dumb. I don't know who this character is, but you don't know who this character is,
do you
right?
know like
Like,
do you know what Doom we're getting?
I think we're
They
getting
just laid
all
out 20 years. Like we're talking X-Men, right? So why we got
like
an Avengers character?
like I'm trying to I'm playing devil's advocate, so please bear with me because I understand your point. And Toots agrees with you that like why should we care? There's no build up, there's no gravitas. Why are we expected to be impressed by this guy, right? And and you shouldn't if you're not a comic book kid and you grew up with Doom and you understand that Doom is a problem. That shouldn't. In a perfect world, in a white room, it sh- it should not matter your history with the character. The movie should do that. You know what I mean? The movie should impress, and the trailer should impress the severity of the situation. Um, but with Marvel movies, we've become trained to, if you're diligent enough to understand what's going around every corner, you know what I mean? To kind of be in the know, so to speak,
Mhm.
And when things get thrown a curveball and you're like, why are we talking about Doom? We haven't talked about Doom all whoop de whoop, and now he's here and we're supposed to care. F that. It's like, no, but at the same time, in traditional film, you don't know who the villain is in that movie until the movie rolls out. Like Seven, you know what I mean? Like if you watch Seven, you know what he did, but you don't know who he is until the crescendo and detective, and he's all bloody and stuff. It's like, holy shit, this guy's crazy. Like,
Right.
you know, I think there is worth in that, but not in this format. You know what I mean? Like, we're too trained to know we're too trained to expect what we want versus to be truly surprised. Does that Am I making any kind of sense? You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yes,
think
and
there's
I
some
get it. I just think you're letting them off the hook a tad bit easy,
a little
man.
bit. I'm
Like,
playing like,
like, and yeah, that's fine. You want to let them off the hook, you can let them off the hook. But at the same time, like this is Marvel. This is what they've trained us for, right?
yeah, that's
So
the
you,
biggest problem.
what you gave me was one little stick pic of him with Jonathan Richards.
Yeah, then that was it.
That's it.
In Fantastic Four 1,
That's
First
it. And
Steps,
now
that's all we got.
something's coming. I mean, people were upset when the Emperor returned.
It almost reminds me of, like, it's like seeing Michael, and it's this biopic of Michael Jackson, and some five-year-old says, "Who's Michael Jackson?" You know what I mean? It's like, if you don't know, the movie means
You don't
nothing
know.
to you, right? But if you do
And
know, it
so
means the world to you.
we did not necessarily see what's at stake, right? The universe is at stake, right? Or we we
Yeah.
we know, but what is the actual stakes? What are they? Like, and they need to explain that better
I
than what they
think
did in that 2 minute 30-second cameo filled trailer.
I think
All
we're
your
gonna get
characters are in it. You got 84 people in it, bro. Like
yeah.
everybody's in it. You don't need the fast cut to them. We get it.
I think we're gonna well, once this starts the rollout starts to happen, we're gonna get the story trailer,
Yeah.
right? Where it's like, this is actually okay, this is what's going on. But you have to have the sizzle reel, like all the Smash Brothers Ultimate. The whole gang is here, everybody's here. It's like, who gives a shit? We've seen them all, and they all look tired and want to go lay down.
One of
You
the
know what I
first
mean?
things I saw was like, okay, so what happened to old Captain America? Where's he?
No, you know what's funny? I watched that trailer, and the stinger of the trailer is, "Hey there, old friend," and it's freaking. It's not even Steve Rogers. It's freaking Chris Evans walks onto the set. He's not even ripped. He's not blonde. It just looks like Chris Evans, right? And he takes the hammer back, and it had zero pop for me. I'm just like,
Uh,
that's that's bad.
yeah.
That's bad. Like it's not like I have so many questions. Like, why does he just look like Chris Evans? Why is it like he just rolled out of bed and they were like, hey, get this money? My man didn't even work out, he didn't
What
even
is he
train.
just because that's
It doesn't
remember
even look like he went
they
to like
hold
makeup.
on.
He just
Time
got off the
out.
bus and just showed
Time
up to
out.
it looks crazy.
Time out. Like, yes, and that's what it was. Remember, these characters were done until Marvel just went
Money, 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 money,
and
money, money.
their individual films, such as
It's just
Thor, went, well, this isn't working out. So it's like, hey, let's get the band back together. But you know what happens when the band gets back together?
they don't
The
quite sound
band
the
gets
same.
back together? Nah, man, they're just kind of going through the motions.
Yeah, they kind of don't want to
The-
be there. There's some bad blood. They broke up for a reason. And it just feels like
How would you feel walking back into the place that can't be named,
I would want to
even
shoot
with a
myself in
better
the face.
job?
I don't even
And,
want to like
same people there, and you have to look up Monday morning. It's
I
like,
would
oh, hey.
probably I would jump off the 11th floor.
So I remember Chris Evans specifically being like, nah,
Yeah, I'm
that
turbo
time is
done.
over.
My time is over. I want to do other things. I'm super good. I had a great time. I love you guys. Via con Dios, and it's like, man, like why am I here? I know he had a moment sitting in his dressing room, hands
Yeah.
in face, like I thought I 10 minutes to set, Mr. Evans. He's just like, God, fuck it. Calling his
It's
mom,
so
dude.
much money.
It's so much stupid money. Is my soul worth it? Apparently, Doug.
Yeah.
But I don't know what to make of this, man. I really
We'll
I
see.
enjoyed seeing Doom because I'm a Doctor Doom, Fantastic Four. I've been watching this shit since I was zero, Doug. But and I've been wanting to see decent Doom for God knows how long. I'm just I want to see something new. I want that Project Hail Mary feeling where I feel like I'm watching something for the first time.
That would
And
be nice.
it's impossible for this to give me that because they're so focused on giving me everything I've already eaten before. They're not cooking me up nothing fresh. You know, like how many times have you been to McDonald's in your life, bro?
Russo brothers directing this big banger of a
We
movie
talked
with
about
80
that.
stars in it? What? Really?
You said it yourself. Like it's not going to be bad. It's not going to be good. It's going to be what it is. And it's like, is that enough? Like, the reason why these back rooms in these obsessions are doing so well, even the trailer, and we're going to talk about it. Like, I think the world is just tired. Like, just there's a general tiredness to everything we're doing. There's nothing creative. There's nothing fresh. There's nothing that feels like a human has touched it. It all feels like it's regurgitated. Like, if I feel like we're all eating the cockroach brick from Snowpiercer.
Oh,
You know what I'm
gross.
saying? And it's just like, eat your cockroach brick. You don't want to die, right? And it's like, but
No,
can I get a steak? No. Eat this
no, bro.
cockroach brick. It just feels such. I know I'm rambling. It's just I want fresh. Like I want like that's why the Batman was so cool for me because it was a fresh take on Batman.
I would
I
have
just
much preferred just a Doomsday movie, like
I
a
would have.
Doomsday, Doctor Doom movie, introducing Doctor Doom. I
I'm
like Clayface. I would have much preferred Doom and be done with it, and then let's move on.
I'm gonna keep it a buck, and this is the last thing I'll say. I would have preferred they just kept Jonathan Majors and made this all about Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah,
But in a perfect world, right? Like,
can't do that.
look, Tooch just watched Loki season 2 and saw how that literally derailed from episode 6 to episode 7. Like, pull the ripcord. Got to get this fool out of here, man. Um, but here we are, and it's just like, Marvel, this is your last chance, dude. Like, this is kind of the last chance to bring in, and it's because who is this for? Us, right? But is this
Yeah,
for anybody else?
I know.
Like,
No,
are
this
little
is
kids
for
gonna go see
us.
this?
I mean, maybe, but no, this movie is for us. So we'll see what happens. X-Men is for everybody.
X-Men's for
So this
everybody.
is for us.
This is for us. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Good segue, Toots. We're going to talk about the Clayface official trailer with stakes and plots and gobbledygooks and juices and viscera and liquids. I know you wanted my thoughts on this, Wash, so I'll leave the floor to you. What were your thoughts on this trailer? And where were you on the excitement meter before, and where are you now?
On a scale of 0 to 10 before coming off the first trailer, I think I was probably at a 2.
Damn.
Coming off this trailer, you said excitement. Like,
Excitement. Like, no, for
okay,
real. Excitement.
coming off this trailer, I am at like a 3. We did not
What?
really move the
I
needle
don't know.
much. Had it been called Face, I might be a tad
Face.
more excited, right? I like, yeah, Face. But something you've heard me say before, you're calling it Clayface.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's Batman? And I'm not going to do this for the next 30 minutes, right? I'm not going to do it because
No,
we've done it
man.
before very recently, right? So
Okay.
here's what I'm going to say. So we have a Clayface movie based upon, I'm assuming, feats of clay. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there may be other stories in there, but basically off feats of clay. And the only question I'm left with, especially coming off Batman, the excellent Batman Caped Crusader, and recent Batman news is why?
Okay. I got something for you. I'm
Please.
thinking about Captain America Civil War, right? Movie's supposed to be about Captain America, right? It's called Captain America Civil War. But who makes their debut in that film? The friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And it stopped being about Captain America. So whatever y'all was talking about, look, it's
Valid.
Spider-Man, right? That is both a great thing and a bad thing, right? Now, this is Clayface. This is undoubtedly based off Feats of Clay, one of the best animated things ever. What if in the last 10 minutes of the movie, we get our debut of Gunn's Batman? And he thwarts whatever this guy has going on, his transformation into the Fly, right? Does that change your hype barometer at all? Or does it
I
defeat the entire purpose of the movie?
I
Like,
I would
you know what I'm
ask
saying?
why the movie isn't called Batman 2.
Because
That is
it's not about
because of
Batman, it's about
because of a
Clayface.
Clayface. I mean, and we know
Yeah.
Clayface is a major character within DC, has a giant role, different types of storylines, multiple storylines I've read, like Clayface. Nothing against Clayface. Interesting use of a character. That said, the trailer itself, it
Like,
was fine. It reminded me of Mask. What was it? Was it Mask on the television show with Julia Roberts with the dude with the messed up face? What the hell was the name of that?
you talking about the
You
movie with
you
Eric Stoltz where he had the big giant puffy face and shit?
is
Like from
that
the
is that
80s?
yeah, Mask. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
what? That's
yeah,
random,
yeah.
dude.
No, not
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
With
That's
Eric
that's essentially
Stoltz,
what
and
I
they're
think
like,
with Cher and Eric
yeah,
Stoltz. Yeah, that's
yeah, and he
exactly the
has a
one I'm
butterfly in
thinking.
his hand and shit. And he's
Yeah,
his
this
face.
is this is exactly kind of where my head goes when I'm watching this trailer, as far as like, you know,
That's wild, bro. But I get it. Like,
I'll just watch Feet to Clay, bro. It's cool. It's 23 minutes.
no,
Clock it in. It's about 4 episodes. You're done.
I don't. I don't mind character silhouettes, bro. Like, if they want to make a Two Face, like if they made Two Face, if they want to make a Two Face movie just about Two Face, but there's like the exclamation point is Batman. I'm totally about that because the character is interesting enough to hold my interest for 90 minutes, right? If you want to talk about Matt Hagen and one of my favorite street villains of all time, Roland Daggett, bro. What you know about Roland Daggett?
Oh yeah, Roland Daggett, bro. I
Roland
got
Daggett's the
you.
fucking realest. Like if Roland Daggett's in this movie at all, I'm gonna go see it because he's just the realest. And he has to be in this movie because he's super detrimental. He's super detrimental to the point why Clayface is made in the first place. If they want to do a deep dive, and it sounds like what they're doing, like horror, body horror, Cronenberg levels of grotesqueness set on the backdrop of Gotham City, sure. But don't act like Batman doesn't exist. That's my only ask. Don't act like the man doesn't exist. Like, if you want to hit me with a bat signal at the end of the movie, that's enough for me. It doesn't have to be about Batman. This is not Batman's movie. It's Matt Hagen's descent into villainy, because he's not a murderer. He's not a serial killer. He's a villain. He's
No.
going to rob banks. He's going to
Well,
get, he's going to get
he was a
into top.
desperate man looking for a solution.
He was a desperate
Unfortunately,
man.
found the wrong solution. Like it's a good story. It's a good story, but
I'm
again,
hyped
these
for
things
it.
aren't made in vacuums, right?
No.
This isn't a one-off Clayface movie we're getting, which is why it should have been called Face and
I
not
don't mind it.
Clayface. But um, we'll see, but I'm glad
We'll
to see that
see.
you're amped about it. Like
I'm
that makes me feel a tad better because this trailer honestly did not. It reminded me of a Fringe like trailer. Like it
okay.
was a very ABC-ish type of trailer to me.
You know what makes
Not
me,
that
and then
that's
we
bad.
no, I feel you. You know what makes me hype about this, and we talked about it, I think, a couple of weeks ago, is that Gunn has had such a uncomfortable hold on his DC universe that nothing that's come out has not felt like Gunn, and this doesn't feel like Gunn at all. This feels
No,
so far removed from his style that it gives me hope that maybe Lanterns, which just got a trailer today, um,
didn't see it yet.
this it's just like I just want something more from these universes. Give me a different feeling. Invoke something different than party rock song while people get beat up. You know what I'm saying?
Did we
Like,
get party rock song in this anywhere? Is there
I
any
don't
background
think
music? I don't think so.
so.
I don't think so. It was
It was
much
like
more of a darker,
it's
solemn
like
type of
solemn,
England, like murder
like
mystery type of
Peaky
thing.
Blinders type stuff.
Yeah,
Oh shit, my face is falling off.
Doctor
So
Jekyll, Mister Hyde.
hi.
Yeah, yeah.
So I like the
Ooh, I still
vibe of
need to
this
watch that.
movie. Yes, you do. Uh, and it gives me hope that we get different variations of these characters. Like, give me Swamp Thing. Go check out our Why Is on Swamp Thing. Give me James Gunn Swamp Thing. Give me Dark Avenge. Give me the Dark Justice League or Justice League Dark. Give me just different things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I give me Green. I know Lanterns is coming up, but give me the Flash. That's not Gun. Please don't make it Gun. Just make a good Flash. You know what I'm saying? Hawkman. Just bring me some interesting things. It
I'm
doesn't
gonna
have to be.
mark this date. I think you're going to be disappointed, but I
I
appreciate
know
I appreciate what you're looking
the
for. That is for
enthusiasm, right?
certain.
This is
Yeah,
what I
I
hope. This is
appreciate
not
it.
necessarily what I'll get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of things that I'm very hopeful for, is that new trailer, bro. That new. I'm sorry. I know we've had this conversation before, but you cannot tell me this doesn't feel like Resident Evil after watching that trailer.
So, interesting question. When you ask what my excitement level for this is compared to the teaser, on this Resident Evil 0 to 10, I was like, "What is this? Why is this even being done?" Now I'm at like a 7. I'm
Yeah.
like I'm like, yeah, no. It still doesn't necessarily feel like Resident Evil to
No,
me,
no, 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 no,
except for the
no.
iconic like shots that you get or whatnot, such as the shotgun. But there is a a feeling that is an uncomfortable feeling watching this trailer, and it's kind of like I think I'm going to kind of feel a little bit anxious watching this because this dude looks like he's in a bad situation, and the only thing I can say is, why did you go in the house, bro? Like, what in the fuck are you
It
doing?
was
Like,
you see that trailer? It was a house. Literally, it was literally the Courage the Cowardly Dog house. It was a
I
single
mean,
house in like 5 acres of nothing, dude.
like,
It was literally the Courage the Cowardly Dog house. And he needed to make a phone call because he just
yeah.
literally killed somebody on the road that just got up. You know, perfect Resident Evil. You know what I'm saying? It's just this trailer kicked my ass, dude. I was just like,
I enjoyed
okay. I
it.
was like, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't recognize the game. No pun intended. You showed me a typewriter. Shut up. Shut up. Save room. Shut up. Okay, you got
I'm
it. You got it, Doug.
I'm gonna shout out another trailer very quickly, and it's called Another Mother, Second Mother. It
Other
came out
mother,
today
yeah.
with Jessica
Toots was telling me
Other
about that.
Mother
Yeah.
with Jessica Chastain. A
Hmm.
fantastic trailer as well. And I'm going to say thus far, these are the best two trailers that I've seen of the trailer drops that we went. And my excitement level for this has been raised greatly. I do not want to see this in a theater. That
I
sounds quite
do.
terrifying to me. And
I'm gonna be freaked out, Doug.
yeah, no, I don't need this one IMAX. We're good with that. But I am it reminds me of the strangers feeling almost like when they
Yeah.
come to the door and you're like, "Oh shit, it's about to be a bad night." That's that's the type of vibes this gives, and I'm here for it. Here for it.
Ooh,
I still need a little bit more Resident Evil though. I
we're
still
gonna
need
get
a
it.
little bit more.
We're gonna get it. We're super gonna get it. I'm so hyped, bro. I'm so like they're telling the trailer plays like a video game. There's the entrance. This is what happens. Why'd he bite me? You know what I mean? There's the scene where he's looking out the second story of the window. You just see her booking down, down the thoroughfare, Doug. I'm just
Like
like, yo, let's go, let's go, let's go. He's scrambling from the bullets, man. It's like it's so Resident Evil, man. And then at the
terrifying.
end, it's like, where you headed? Raccoon City General. Let's
Oh, is that what they
effing go.
said?
Yeah, at the very
Okay,
end, it's
I
like,
didn't.
okay, where's this going? Raccoon City General. It's like, you're effed, bro. Like, he's
Okay.
so happy at the end. Like, by the end of this movie, he's gonna be like, remember Homegirl in The Descent, where she's literally drenched in blood? And he's just like, you're changed. You're a changed person now. Um, that's where my man's is gonna be. And he's gonna be the next Jill Valentine, bro. Like, let's go.
I'm glad to hear that you said that Raccoon City part. Now I'm a tad bit more like, all right, at least it's
No.
there,
They name
because
dropped
before I'm
Raccoon
just like,
City. Where
where the
are
hell are
we?
we? I just missed it, Are we in just Iowa somewhere? So I'm here for a zombie movie, as zombies have probably become my favorite horror genre. Shout out to the great Dead America. I'm going to be reading Atticus, Rides the Rails, Day 87, book,
That's
you know, 76. Dude, zombie movies are great. Good zombie movies are freaking special. So I'm really hoping that we get ourselves a special Resident Evil movie with this.
rainstorm, pure energy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before we move on to our next topic, Angie's return. What's going on, Angie? She asked a very interesting hypothetical. Since both Spider-Man and the Ghostbusters are in New York City, what if the Ghostbusters meet Spider-Man? Okay, I'm an MC. I can freestyle. You know, put a beat on. I'll get it. El Toto Fuerte. Let's do it. So, Spider-Man is in New York. The Ghostbusters are notoriously in New York. Marvel's in New York. I can foresee Spider-Man needing to work with the Ghostbusters to fight off like symbiotic ghosts. Doug, like New York's being flooded by the ghosts of dead symbiotes, and like Spider-Man and like the Ghostbusters are like gearing up. And you know what's crazy? Spider-Man will have proton packs in his web shooters, and he'll capture a ghost
Oh, that's
with his
freaking
effing
awesome.
Spider-Man will have proton packs in his wrists, bro.
That's awesome.
And
That's
then like
awesome.
Egon will slide the freaking ecto
That's
chamber,
awesome.
and Spider-Man will catch ghosts with his webs. Doug.
Yeah,
Don't
I was thinking like Peter Parker's like on an assignment, the ghost
yeah.
breaking in, catches the Ghostbusters, sees like them like what the hell's this about?
I'm
No, I
ill-equipped to
like
deal with
that.
this situation. Like Peter Parker and Egon, like science broing it up, trying to figure out ways to stop the symbiote, like the ghost symbiote invasion, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, can we do a one-off comic without being sued?
No, we'll get turbo sued, bro. There's way too much money in this little series. Like I'm scared to talk about it on the show in a live format. People may be knocking on my door tonight, but it's a great
Tomorrow,
idea.
man, cease and desist. We're taking you
So,
down,
so,
man. I
so
don't
this
want
is
to
the
hear
last
anything like that
episode of the
again.
Matt's Universe podcast, and the subsidiaries figured it out. And
Uh,
no, I'm just kidding. But I think there's so much you can do with that, and it just gets
I like
hyper and hyper the more I think about it.
that.
Like
No.
because I could tell J. Jonah Jameson would not like the Ghostbusters, bro. They would be like hooligans,
No.
you know.
No.
Nah,
No. I like
like
it.
like
Thanks, Angie.
thanks, Angie. That's an amazing idea. And just kind of let me freestyle for a little bit. Keep them coming, Angie. Keep them coming. We love your questions. Um, Speaking of like hypotheticals and what ifs and what's going on, did you watch that story trailer for Marvel's Wolverine?
I watched part of the story trailer.
Part of
I
it.
got it.
Part of it.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I got it. I get it. Maybe I finished.
Wow.
Was that the 9 minute one?
No, this was like
Oh,
three
just the
minutes
normal one.
long.
Yeah, I watched the normal trailer. Yeah, I didn't watch the 9 minute
There's
thing
something
where they
out
were
there that's like a
talking
nine
about it.
minute, like a
Yeah,
retrospective or something. I
yeah.
don't need that right now. I don't want to. I don't spoil. I don't want to eat the whole game right now. This is enough. Um, what are your thoughts of what you
I,
saw?
you know what, Mike? I'm gonna let you take the floor on this one because I know you are super amped for this game. So I would like to hear what you have to say about what you saw.
Here's the thing. No, it's Wolverine. Um, can Wolverine carry an entire game by himself? Of course he can. It's the, he's the best at this at what he does, and what he does is carry things on his back. Do I like what they're doing with him and Jean Grey? Not really, because I have a very low tolerance for infidelity. Like even on a comic book level, like like I don't like the idea. It makes me feel weird. Like, no, Gene, why are you holding him like that? You are Cyclops' girl. If not, then date Wolverine and break up with Cyclops. This is it's kind of like the whole thing with like Namor, Reed Richards, and Sue Richards, and the will they won't they of Sue Richards and Namor. That makes me uncomfortable, bro. It's like something in the back of my reptile brain doesn't like it, and I go ooh protect. I just can't. My monkey brain can't handle that. And this picture just pisses me off because it's like, what are you doing? You have a family, dog. You got Nathan Gray at the house, man. What do you? Why is this so sensual, dog? I'm not a fan of that. And it really is. That's the biggest nitpick I could say about this trailer
All right.
because, I mean, it's Insomniac. You know it's going to be good, but it's much like the Doomsday trailer. I'm left feeling the same thing where it's like, show me something I haven't seen before in video game form. And it's like, I've played Uncharted. I beat all four of them. I've played Spider-Man 100% in all three games. And it's like, what can you show me that Wolverine's going to do that I've never seen before? And it's like, what could they possibly show me?
I
And
don't
I don't know.
know.
I'm still soul searching that.
And I think that becomes my biggest issue with the trailer. Frankly, the story, I like whatever. You
Are
know
you
what I
just like
mean?
whatever? Like you're just
I'm
numb
dead,
to it?
literally. I'm still kind of like whatever. What I'll say is it's Insomniac. They know how to make a first-person experience game. That said, I am still looking for the 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 veritability of what this game can be. Right? We
I
got we got a tad bit of bike action. So what are we gonna get?
Yeah,
A little
yeah, yeah.
bike, and then other than that, AAXY combos up and down, slashing people. A treasure box here and there for a power up. And so, thus, I did not see anything in this trailer besides the bike action, which made me think, yeah, this is a must play. It's a must play from the fact of, I wonder what this story's about. It's a
Yeah.
Wolverine story, right? That
Yeah.
said, when I play it, I will be much more there for that story than I'm there for what is actually going on in the gameplay, I do believe.
What I will say is that Insomniac likes to give you different perspectives of gameplay. Like in every Spider-Man game, you just don't play as Peter Parker. You kind of switch to Mary Jane. You'll switch to Miles Morales. Spoilers for Spider-Man 2, you'll switch to Venom. You know what I'm saying? So what gets me excited is we switch to Jean Grey. We switch to Sabretooth. We switch to God knows who, right? And those are playable characters within this game, that will help mix up the gameplay. I know this isn't a open world game like the Insomniac Spider-Man. There isn't just
Hmm.
Brooklyn and that's where you are,
Hmm.
you know. But what else can Wolverine do outside of ride a damn bike? What's he gonna do? Right? Like he
It's
can't
very
fly
much
through the
like
city.
if this was Insomniac Punisher.
Like even then, what are you gonna do? Put him in
You
his
kind of know
van?
what you're gonna get. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's like, and that's where my hypeness for it just isn't there because, frankly speaking, the trailer, the story, the pre, like it's
You
not
know what I
necessarily there. So
you know
I
what
don't
I
know.
need?
It'll be
I
fine.
need like a 5-minute gameplay trailer. Shut up. Let me see what the gameplay loop looks like so I can understand what I'm doing. Then I'll be
You
like,
mentioned Uncharted.
yeah.
Yeah, go on. Sorry to
No.
cut you off.
No, 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 no. No, you're right. And I know I think I know where you're going, so you can ask and I'll go from there.
Uh, well, it's like Uncharted 3. By the time you played Uncharted 2, you knew what you were getting in Uncharted 3 and you knew what you were getting in Uncharted 4, right?
Yeah.
But you were there for that story more so than the excellent third person over the action. Yeah, the action was cool, the set pieces were cool, but ultimately those middle ground gameplay sequences you had with all the guys, you're kind of like, yeah, let's just kind of get through this. Some were hard, some weren't, but I don't
Okay.
know.
Let's talk
I
about
don't know.
this real quick. What made the Uncharted game so good, right? It was the next level special effects. It was the graphics, right? Which this has. It was
Set
the
pieces.
the set very thank you. It was the set pieces. It was Nathan Drake falling out of a moving plane and free falling through air and shooting his gun and all this crazy stuff, right?
Mhm.
Was it ever the story? Not really. It was the gameplay, it was the set pieces, and it was
Characters,
the characters. You fell in love with his
characters are good. Yeah, characters were
Sully
good.
is still one of my favorite characters of all time. Sully's the man.
Sully's up there. Yeah,
So
Sully's.
you take and there is no Uncharted anymore. They kind of wrap that. So it's like, where do I get my Uncharted fix now? Shout outs to Angie real quick. She said you gave me the idea for my fanfic. The second if you need an artist on that, Angie, I am a comic book artist. So if you write that out and you give me like at least a 5-page tester, I'll send you some work. Let's talk about it. Hit me
That's
up.
awesome.
Leave a comment. So this is how we grow. This is how we network. So if you need an artist for your fanfic, let me know. I'm for real. But to kind of close my thoughts here, Marvel's Wolverine, Marvel's Spider-Man. This is starting to become a thing, right? What's next? Marvel's Storm, Marvel's Fantastic Four. In this Uncharted kind of workflow, is that something I want? I mean, as a comic book fan, I just want this stuff no matter how I can get it. But at the same time, I want as an older, more matured, you know, a connoisseur of this stuff, I'll say, I kind of want to be surprised a little bit. I want to be wowed, woo me. You know what I'm saying? I want bring me out the sizzling fajita so I could go, ooh, it's sizzling fajitas. Don't
Okay.
just throw my plate on the eat it, pig. Like, god damn. No, put my drink inside of a giant smoke bubble and then pop the smoke bubble and let it be all fantastical. Woo me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Don't just put me in front of a trough. I don't think that's what this
There's
game is doing, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there are things I need to be wooed on. I'm not sure Marvel's Wolverine is one of them. I'm just gonna
I
say that. So,
If you want
yeah.
my $70, if you want my discless experience, because I'm telling you, I'm very off video games right now, bro. I'm almost like boycotting.
Shh.
It's a baby. Pick up the dog, show the dog. Pick up the dog, show the dog. Pick up the dog, show the dog. Will the dog let you do it? Pick up the dog, show the dog. You got to show the dog. I want to see the puppy. I want to see the
It's
What's his
like an
name?
Ewok. Mercy.
Yes. Mercy?
Yes, Mercy.
That's a wild name, dude.
I, I
That
did
dog
not name it.
the dog is full of mercy, Doug. Oh man. That Okay, I'm
Or
sorry.
Mercy.
Merci. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? I like it. If you like it, I love it. That concludes this episode of Master of the Nerdiverse 172. All caps. Doom. Wash. At the end of all things, out of these 4 topics, which one did you enjoy talking about the most?
I think I'm still going to go with Clayface because I am
Hmm.
actually a tad bit more interested that you are stoked about it. I may need to watch this trailer a second time, even though I think I saw what I saw the first time. So it's not like Doomsday where I watched it 3 times just to make sure that, I was like, all right.
You,
Clayface,
you know what? Just the Cliff
you're
Notes.
excited makes me excited. Let's
Okay.
put it that way.
Okay.
Let's put it that way.
And just for Cliff Notes, why is Mike G excited? 3 reasons. Diversity in the universe. Let's get some horror stuff. That makes me excited. Feats of Clay, which is one of my favorite Batman animated series of all time. In the prospect that we'll get hints of Gunn's Batman. You kind of have to. I would hope they've learned their lesson from Morbius, from Madam Web, even from the Venom trilogy. You can't put these characters in a bubble. Clayface is around because Batman is around. Batman. Even a little bit. Even a smidgen, dog. Give me a cape. Give me a bat signal. That's all I need, bro. And I'll be okay. But don't act like the man doesn't exist in your universe. They're in Gotham City, for Christ's sake.
Delayed till 2028, right?
That's Batman. That's the Batman too. That's the unplugged controller. That has nothing to do with any of this. That's hey guy, go over there and do your thing. Just don't talk to us.
Gunn's Batman.
I want James Gunn's Batman.
Okay.
The future Batman, the Batman that we're supposed to, tie our horses to and ride off into the sunset with. Not my poor Batman who's being
How about
relegated
if
to
you
the
get
corner.
a back signal with no announcement of a new Batman?
I'm fine. I'm fine with that. You know why? Because it at least tells me that Batman is around. Batman is here. Batman exists in this world. I don't need Batman to show up and steal Clayface's thunder.
All right.
Just tell me he's around.
All right.
Okay, perfect example, and I know we got to close the show. X-Men, the animated series in the 90s. Remember the Dark Phoenix episode?
Yeah.
One of the best episodes of all time. There's a scene, and this, mind you, this was like a year before Spider-Man, the animated series, came out, where in the episode, the world is falling apart because Dark Phoenix is going crazy. All you see is a shadow of Spider-Man come out. All you see his hand, and he goes, thwip. And I lost my effing mind for like a year. That was fucking Spider-Man. I saw Spider-Man. They showed Spider-Man in the X-Men comic. My little Mikey brain wouldn't shut up about it to the point my father told me to go somewhere, dude. They showed Spider-Man. Spider-Man's coming. That's Spider-Man. That's all I need, bro. I'm getting hyped thinking about it now. Like, just give me anything, a little hint, a nugget, something to wet my whistle, and you got me. But don't act like the character does not exist in your lived-in universe. That's all I ask. I'm excited. Batman. Batman, like, do you remember that scene, bro? Where it's like where Storm is trying to hold back the world. She's like, the world's gone mad, and for like a split second, you see Spider-Man's hand and he does thwip, and you're like, as a kid, I just got up and left the room. I was like, what the fuck? What was that? I'm so hype. I'm getting hyped. This is why sorry.
Where do you, I guess my question is what gives you the thought that they're going to do that?
Because they almost have to. They almost have to.
And if they don't,
then I amongst most, then this movie's gonna have one good opening weekend and it's gonna fucking drop like a bad habit. You tell people stay till the end. There's a second end. There's a second credits trailer where Batman shows up. People are gonna go see it regardless of what the movie's about. They kind of have to do it.
Why I said it should be called Face instead of Clayface.
Nah, it's got to be Clayface,
So
man.
not if
It's got to be.
Batman's not there. Not if Batman's
That's what I'm
not
saying. Batman's got to
there.
be
If
there.
Batman's not there, you got 1985's
Call
mask with
me,
Cher.
call me pessimistic. Call me idealistic. Call me naive. Call it copium.
We'll see.
Whatever you want. But
See.
they would be absolutely fools not to inject some Batman somewhere in this. I don't care how. Say the man's name. That's you say the man's. You got to watch out. The Batman is out tonight. That's all, you don't even have to show up, bro. Just say it. Oh, they mentioned Batman. Bad. That's all. Give me a newspaper of somebody going like this, and it's just, and all you see is the shadow of. You see Batman standing on a rooftop. You know what I'm saying? Bank robbery thwarted by the Dark Knight. That's all you have to show me. And I'm like,
I
bet,
I
bet,
am
bet, bet, bet,
hopeful
bet, bet.
for you. I am
You know what?
hopeful for you.
Wash, Wash. I only have so much of this left in me, man. Like, I only have so much of this left in me, man. This giddiness, this excitement. Hey, we're drinking the same Gatorades. Look at that. That's fucking dumb. We're drinking the
Mine's
exact same
water.
Gatorade. Oh, then you're better than me. Damn it. Oh,
Not
I'll take
really.
that
I'm
back.
drinking a bunch of microplastic.
I'm drinking. Well, I'm drinking aluminum, so we're both kind of like slowly killing ourselves, but it's fine. You know.
It's fine.
That being said,
This went morbid.
and that's what I'm saying. Any last thoughts before we
Nope.
close this bad
We
boy
are
out?
all good, my friend. It's been a good time. Glad to speak and looking forward to some good stuff this weekend. X-Men, bunch of movies drop, Prime, everything we talked about, not to mention Comic-Con going on. So it will be a busy weekend in the Nerdiverse, I'm sure.
Marvel's panel hasn't even started yet. It's tomorrow, so
Yeah,
we'll
I was
see.
trying to see which panels were tomorrow, but my AI wasn't really
Hall
cooperating.
H,
So
man. Well, I don't know what's coming out. So shout outs to Toots for hanging out. Thank you so much, Toots. Batman. Shout outs to Angie for coming through and asking that interesting hypothetical. You got to give me some, how. Let me know how your fanfic's going. I'll be loving to see how that's going. If you like the
Peter
con,
Parker becomes the fourth Ghostbuster and
Peter
still
Parker
please
becomes the
Spider
fourth
Man
Ghostbuster,
at night. You know what I mean? That'd be fun.
bro. They're losing the battle, and the ghost of Uncle Ben shows up. Doug, the ghost of Uncle Ben shows up and gives them hope. Bruh, shut
I
up.
like
It just,
I like it.
dude, dude, dude.
Or and I couldn't help but just think because of the cartoon, like Strange pops in, and Strange is like, "Yeah, we need to go, all of us." And it's
Bro,
like Ghostbusters, Strange, and Spider Man. I'm kind of here for that, man, and I
like
might make AI tell me that story later. Thanks, Angie.
Venkman's
Fanfic.
like I'm still like riffing on it. Like Venkman goes to the Sanctum Sanctorum and it's literally paying off Wang for some like ancient, like freaking, like talisman or something, and he's broke. So wait, so Wong is like, man, this isn't a 7-Eleven, man. You know what I mean? And Venkman's trying to hustle him out of the talisman, and they have to go pick him up because he's
I
embarrassing
like it.
Spider-Man.
I like
Just
it, man.
so much you can
I
do with
like it.
this, man. I
I
love it.
like
I
it.
love it. I love it. I love it. That being said, if you like the content, we're trying to grow the channel. We're trying to humbly hit 100 before the end of the summer, 100 subscribers. So please follow the channel, comment, let us know your thoughts on everything we've talked about. Are we completely off the mark? Shout outs Off the Mark podcast. Are you digging at things? Let us know and subscribe so that you're made aware when new content goes live on the channel. I've, of course, been your host, Mike G. He's, of course, been the Master of the Nerdiverse Wash. We are the Master of the Nerdiverse podcast. And with that, I will say MOTN out. Have a good weekend, ladies and gentlemen.